The Council of Warlords prided itself on knowing every threat in the galaxy. They had cataloged predators, charted hostile worlds, and tested the mettle of dozens of species. But the humans, those newcomers from a death world called Earth, remained a mystery that unsettled even the most hardened commanders. General Vrrath of the Core Dominion had seen them fight once before. He remembered it vividly. A single Terran infantry unit holding a mountain pass against 3 times their number. They had no heavy armor, no orbital support, only rifles and determination. Yet they fought with a ferocity that gnawed at his scales even now. The Council dismissed it as anomalous. They said humans exaggerated their own mythos. They said Terran soldiers were no different than anyone else. Then came the siege of Draxos III. The Dominion army, 30,000 strong, marched to crush the Terran colony. Vrrath had expected resistance, but what he found rattled him to his core. Just regular soldiers awaited them, Terran infantry, standard issue. No augmented super soldiers. No genetically tailored elites. Just humans in dusty armor, faces streaked with grit, rifles steady in their hands. When the first wave of Dominion troops advanced, the Terrans didn't break. They didn't even hesitate. They fought with such relentless precision that Vrrath's commanders thought they must be facing an elite cadre. The Dominion lost 10,000 before breaching the colony walls. And still, the humans fought on. After 3 days of brutal combat, Vrrath demanded to know what kind of warriors these were. Were they the famed human special forces he'd heard whispers of in intercepted transmissions? The answer came from a prisoner, bloodied, yet somehow smirking. Special forces? The human laughed. Nah, mate, we're just regular grunts. The special ones. They're worse. The statement spread through the Dominion ranks like wildfire. If these relentless fighters were regulars, then what monsters were their elites? Panic seeped into the soldiers' hearts. They began to imagine unseen demons waiting in the shadows. Some deserted. Others fired blindly into the night, terrified of invisible Terrans stalking them. On the 5th day, reinforcements arrived, not Terran elites, not their so-called special forces. Just another battalion of regular soldiers, marching with the same grim determination. It was too much. The Dominion army broke. Vrrath barely managed to extract his command ship. From orbit, he watched his disciplined force collapse before ordinary human infantry. Back at the Council, when questioned, he recounted the battle. His claws trembled as he spoke. They were not enhanced. They were not trained beyond reason. They were ordinary humans. And yet, they fought like the void itself had sharpened their souls. A murmur spread among the gathered warlords. One asked the inevitable, if these were their regulars, what, then, are their special forces? Vrrath shuddered. I do not know, and I do not wish to find out. Word spread quickly through the galaxy. Entire empires began to reevaluate their strategies. Some wondered if special forces was merely a Terran bluff, a piece of psychological warfare. But others suspected the truth, that humanity's elites existed, hidden in shadow, capable of feats beyond imagination. In the end, it didn't matter. The lesson was already clear. Humans didn't need their special forces to terrify the galaxy. Their regular warriors were terrifying enough. And the knowledge that something worse lurked behind them kept enemies awake in the dark, staring at the stars, and praying never to meet the ones humanity called special.